Hey there, welcome to Dull Motion. That's right, it's collab time again. This collab's theme is going to be video games. Me and many other doll artists chose a character from our favorite video game. Well, if you have been on this channel for a while, you must be familiar with my love for Pokémon. In this video, I'm going to make the Alolan version of Vulpix and Ninetales into a mother and daughter doll. The two Pokémon with many tails were based on the Kitsune yokai. Why the Alolan version, you may ask? Well, where I live, it's now the middle of winter, so I'm kinda in the mood to make an icy character. So let's begin and make Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales. If you saw the kinda hard to find foxtails in my previous repaint episode, then you found the hints. Good luck find the hint in this video. For this custom, I'll be using again Obitsu bodies. I'm all about articulation, so these doll bodies are perfect for my doll projects. I actually used a bigger body before, when I gave Vulpini, also a fox, a replacement body. The 11 cm doll body are perfect for smaller doll projects. They're also kinda popular with Nendoroid collectors, as a replacement body. Oh, and if you ever see these in stores, yeah, they're definitely bootlegs. These bodies don't come with a doll head, so let's find them a new one. Well, you can buy Obitsu heads separately, like this cute 11 cm head for the smaller body. For the bigger body, I'll be using a Monster High Cleolai head, or is it Cleolay? I also rip off the neck pack from the original body, because we will be needing it for the Obitsu body. Oh, and before I forget, this doll head and many other dolls were a gift from Luna and Stella Dolls on Instagram. Thank you so much, Kim. The cat-shaped light head will be great for Ninetales. But first we have to remove the original hair. To do this, I cut the hair as close to the head as possible. Oh, those cat ears are so cute, but they have to make place for bigger ears. With tweezers, I go through the neck and remove the remaining hairs. It kinda makes it easier with the extra holes. With nail polish remover containing acetone, I remove the factory painted face. She'll be getting some face modification, so it's best to make the final of the head harder. I do this by filling the head with a hot glue gun. A great trick I learned from Doll's brand new look. Another reason why I like these Obitsu bodies are the option you can take them apart. This is necessary because I'm going to change the color of the bodies with an airbrush. Here we go. I'm going to take the legs because they were getting some modification. Yes, like many of my other doll costumes, I'm going to give this doll band animal legs, or a digiplant. How someone in the comments said they are actually called. To do this, I first cut the legs with my Dremel. A jeweler saw will also work. With some wire, I connect the two parts, leaving them on an angle. To fill in the empty space, I'm using Avis epoxy clay. I mix part A and B together and fill in the empty space of the legs. And now that we are working with epoxy clay, we can also give them pointy fox ears and Ninetales a long snout. Usually I don't go full animal face with my diffuse characters, so it's kinda interesting to see this look. I actually kinda like it. Maybe one day for a very old diffuse character? With a lino cutter, I make a small hole in the lower back for their future tails. Okay, airbrush time! I first begin with a layer of white primer. I continue with a layer of light blue and white paint. And now that she got a new color, I can reconstruct her body. To place the head on the body, without cracking the epoxy clay on paint, I like to heat up the vinyl of the head first. This will make the plastic of the head soft and easy to place over the neck pack. Vulpix has cute green, greyish gloves and socks, so let's also paint these. With soft pastels and a brush, I give the doll body some body blushing, to give the doll some more dimension. I like to do this around the joints. I seal everything in with a few layers of Mr. Super Clear. Let's jump right in and start with the face-ups. Although not really a big problem on Vulpix, my watercolor pencils don't seem to work on an airbrushed head of Ninetales. So I need to work with some light guidelines here. To give the face some more depth, I use my pen pastels and a brush. I make the inside of the ears darker and give it some contour around the eyes. After that, I switch over to acrylic paints. Now that I'm giving the eyes some shadows, let's answer the question of the day. Do you give some repainted dolls to other people? Family or friends? Not like your fans. As a gift, or do you prefer to keep your dolls? My family and friends think it's very interesting what I do, and they really support me, but they're not really into dolls. Till now, I kept all my dolls, except for some doll giveaways and swaps. I always said I will never sell my dolls, but I'm kinda losing space over here, so I have plans to sell some of my dolls on Instagram. You can follow me at Dollymotion. And if you are wondering what I'm going to do with the dolls I'm making right now, Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales will be going to a winner on Patreon, if I reach my new Patreon goal. Do you have a question for me? Leave it in the comment section and maybe I will answer it in the next repaint video. Back to the face-up. To seal the face-ups, I spray the dolls' heads with a few layers of Mr. Super Clear. As you can see, and by its name, Ninetales has 9 tails. And Vulpix has 6 tails. Wow! So I'm going to make 15 tails! To make a good wire that can endure a lot of pressure, I like to bind different kinds of wire together with a drill tool. This will make the wire stronger and perfect for a postable tail. To form a multi-tail, I'll bind them together and cover them with a layer of bandage tape. Yeah, when I'm working with yarn or wire, Pyrrhus is always around. Speaking of yarn, I'm going to be using a lot. Wow, I never made so many yarn wefts in my life. To make a nice gradient in the tail, I make 3 colors of yarn wefts. To glue the wefts to the tails, I use a hot glue gun. I bind the wefts one by one around the tail. Beginning of course with the tip. You are probably thinking, what, are you going to make another tail? No, it's actually something else. It also needs a lot of yarn. To entangle all the yarn and make it all neat, I brush it again with the pet brush. By cutting yarn in teeny tiny pieces, I make 2 colors of flock. To apply the flock, I first cover the head with a thin layer of fabric glue. Then I dab on the flock. When the glue is dry, you can brush off the loose bits with a hard brush. Remember this extra part I made earlier? Well, it's actually Ninetales' hair. I secure it by making a hole and using epoxy glue. I also use epoxy glue to secure the tails into the bodies. These Obitsu bodies make it much easier to secure the tails from both sides. Let's make the outfits. I don't want to scratch the paint of the bodies, so I'll be using these spare doll bodies. I don't have any patterns for these types of dolls, so let's use the wrapping technique to make a new pattern. First, I wrap the doll body in kitchen plastic. After that, a layer of tape. I like to use the kind you can write on. Draw on the pattern and cut it off the doll's body. Don't forget to leave some sewing space and sew all the pieces together. I want these outfits to be very winter themed and matching, very mother and daughter like. Ninetales already got her hairstyle, but Vulpix also needs her signature curls. To make these, I roll up a loose yarn weft between my fingers. To keep them in this shape, I spray the curls with hairspray. As you can see, I made them in different sizes. Just like with the yarn wefts for the tails, I glue them one by one with a hot glue gun. Aw, that looks so cute! Vulpix tails also need a little trim and a curl on the tip. Ninetales also needs some fur styling. To finish the dolls, I gave them a touch of pearl micro glitter and some shine in their eyes with a high gloss varnish. I really like how these dolls turned out in the end. It was so much fun to make a younger character. Something I really like to do more often. I hope these dolls will get a nice new home with one of my Patreons. I would like to thank my lovely Patreons for the support for this channel. But wait, there are so many more video game dolls. The Doll Fairy even made Vulpix train a Lily. There are 12 more videos for you to watch. Links are in the description box. And I will also make a playlist. Like always, like if you liked it and sub if you loved it. See you in the next video. Bye!